Hello there, and we apologize for that technical glitch, but here we are, and this is the second and final edition of News Tonight here on UBC TV this Tuesday, the 18th day of April 2023, and these are our top stories. President Yoweri Museveni hails Russian leader Putin for cooperation with African leaders. Police detains State Minister for Karamoja Agnes Nandutu. General Muhoozi in Kabale for celebrations of the Gatuna border reopening tomorrow. And in sports, cycling, Uganda's top bicycle riders bracing up for the upcoming Labor Day bicycle race. Hello there and welcome once again. We are coming to you live online and from Broadcast House here on Nile Avenue. My name is Rukidi Kijjanangoma. Now, President Yoweri Museveni has commissioned in flight the first ever overhaul and upgraded Russian helicopter at Pro Heli Plant International Services Limited at Nakasongola Air Base in Nakasongola district. President Museveni praised Russian leader Vladimir Putin for stabilizing Russia and allowing cooperation with African countries, as well as strengthening the country again following the collapse of the Soviet Union in the 1980s that had cut off all contacts with African countries. The president also commended the managing director of NEC, Lieutenant General Mugera, for the initiative to follow up on the project. The partnership with Pro Heli is described as that of common sense, with a big demand in Uganda that has helicopters which need maintenance, overhaul and upgrading. President Museveni welcomed and supported ideas fronted by the Chief Executive Officer, Pro Heli, to have the Sukhois also overhauled and upgraded at the facility. Take a watch.
Russia has no problem with us. We have never had a problem with Russia. Russia has never had a problem with us. And they want freedom in their own area. So our interests converge. So I'm very glad that I want to congratulate President Putin for stabilizing Russia and strengthening it again. Now, these partnerships, like with Pro Heli, is common sense. Because there is big demand here. We have got these helicopters, the fixed wing, they need maintenance, they need overhaul, they need upgrading. So, which is better, to do it there or here? Yeah, so common sense. But of course, common sense is not always common. So, therefore, what Pro Heli are proposing, that we should include the Sukhoi also to be overhauled here. I support it. We support it. So this is convenient for everybody, but also better economics. Because our labor costs here are lower. Those engineers, they're highly trained. Our education system is very strong. So those engineers are well trained. But they are not as expensive as the ones in Europe.
Your Excellency, with this facility, we are now able to offer technical services for sustainment of our air assets of the Ministry of Defense and other clients within Africa and beyond. Indeed, they are already showing interest. for us who have been moving around, they have been asking about this facility.
We have set up modern laboratories both for radio and avionics. Today we are able to carry out test all the major components of the aircraft, and this can enable us to reduce the turnaround time not only for the maintenance but also modernization of the standard radio and avionics components, and also design new advanced component for our Army, Plant and Air Forces.
Now, police have detained State Minister for Karamoja, Agnes Nandutu, over the diverted iron sheets investigation. The minister earlier today surrendered herself to CID headquarters at Kivuli after snubbing earlier criminal sermons. Her file on abuse of office and theft of iron sheets is pending DPP's guidance, as we hear in this story.
The theft and diversion of the iron sheets meant for the vulnerable people of Karamoja has led to the arrest of the State Minister for Karamoja, Agnes Nandutu. Minister Nandutu had appeared at the CID police headquarters in Chibuli following criminal summons issued, though she had earlier failed to show up.
This is a very good action because we know of others whom we have to look for, including putting in a lot of funds, including using Interpol at trace for them, but she has brought herself to the police. So we encourage other people in relation to files that are opened up against them to bring themselves to police, and this will save us time.
The State Minister for Karamoja Affairs is the fourth person to be held accountable in the iron sheet scandal. After the day's interrogation, Minister Nandutu was taken to Kira Police Division, an area where Amos Lugolobi's fate to prison started.
We are investigating her on the files that have been pending, including a file on abuse of office and theft of the iron sheets.
Nandutu remains in detention until the Director Public Prosecution guides over her file.
For example, in relation to any given file, the DPP can choose to guide the police to arrest other suspects that are included in the file. For example, in one statement there may be somebody else being talked about. So the DPP can choose to guide the police to either take off the person from the file or include a person to the file, depending on the evidence that is adduced in the files.
Relatedly, Minister for Finance Matia Kasaija has returned the iron sheets to the OPM stores in Namanthe. He joins the Speaker of Parliament, Anita Anet Among. At least 23 ministers and 30 members of parliament are implicated in the alleged theft and diversion of iron sheets meant for the people of Karamoja. Ivan Kahwa, UBC News in Kampala.
From Mabati now to matters pertaining to land, and the State Minister for Lands, Dr. Sam Mayanja, has ordered RDC of Chira Municipality, Kagolo Nobas, to immediately arrest one Japheth Biyimbwa, who evicted over 2,000 people from their land in Bulindo. The minister was meeting the affected victims at Bulindo Primary School premises in Chira Municipality, Wakiso District.
In a meeting where the victims, headed by Mwanje Godfrey, expressed their concerns of malicious damage to their properties and eviction from their land and Bibanja.
Basawo ennimiro zaffe, ne batawanya faamu zaffe, ne basima ebinnya by'ebitooke, bwe bazimba amayumba nga tewali abakwatako. 6 acres of land here, and just as we are about to start doing our construction projects, General Kayanja and his crew, they came and took over. So they erected an office structure over there. They denied us access to this land. They threatened violence on us. They destroyed all our mark stones that had been placed in here.
Japheth Biyimbwa, the accused, through his lawyer, explained to the lands minister how he acquired the land. The Deputy Mayor, Kira Division, Nanyonga Rashida, asked the minister to visit the locals to assess the damage.
otuukeko mu kitundu kiri olabe effujjo ebimu ku byakolebwa ku bantu baffe naawe ogende ng'olina fiiru y'abantu olumu engeri gye bakwatamu abantu ate ng'omuntu aba mungi naye omuntu omu najagala afuggaza ekyalo kyonna. So tukusaba mu nsonga eyo bw'oba ofunyewo akadde taata otuukewo koolabe kubanga wano kumpi nnyo tusobola okutandikira naawe n'ofuna fiiru n'olabira ddala ekituufu ki ekyali ku ground.
Kagoro Nabos, RDC Chira, explained to the gathering that no one is above the law.
Challenges I have experienced for the last few months is that they are unattouchables. Waliwo abantu banantagambwako. Nate government yaffe ya abantu bonna tuwali muntu gali waggulu waki w'amateeka. Nagala kubategeeza
the State Minister of Lands, Dr. Sam Mayanja, has assured the gathering that the government of NRM will protect the people and their property. He ordered the RDC to arrest the one Jaffes.
He can be arrested on charges of trespass, criminal trespass. He can be arrested on charge of forceful entry with intention to commit a crime. He can be arrested on charges of malicious damage to property. He can, because there are some graves which were destroyed, he can be arrested for disturbing the peace of the dead. Somebody goes and creates a title which is bigger than the block. This title which was created covered 500 other titles. A block which was about 400 and something acres got a plot which was over 700 acres, which means land expanded by another 500. Can land expand? Directed that the thing is bigger than life, it's bigger than we can imagine. Let State House Anti-Corruption Unit take over the entire investigation of this team, and and it seems to there's a home in the Department of Lands and Mapping, Department of Survey and Mapping, where these things are being concocted. It may not be there, but it's likely to be starting from there. So let this investigation sweep the entire Department of Surveys and Mapping.
The land in question is located in Bulindo, Kira Municipality, Wakiso District, totaling to over 700 acres, which has been said that General Kayanja bought at 110 billion shillings.
Electricity Regulatory Authority, in partnership with the African Development Bank, has launched the database management system geared at digitalizing services and enhancing the transparency of stakeholders in the energy sector. The $595,350 initiative is a joint technical assistance to ERA and the Energy and Water Utilities Regulatory Authority of Tanzania. Charlotte Muge has more.
With the digital transformation of the energy sector rapidly gaining traction on a global scale, new opportunities are emerging to help address the challenges affecting the electricity value chain. Thus, the database management system will enable the Electricity Regulatory Authority to monitor, collect, analyze, and disseminate power sector data and information effectively.
Now, the system being developed means that when you lodge a complaint, it is going to be simultaneously seen. The regulator sees, the utility sees, you also see and how your complaint is being managed and handled in real time. There's no opportunity for a complaint falling off. We find this as a very big plus. For the majority of electricity consumers, that's one of the things that challenges them. They think that when you lodge a complaint, you will not get a response, or you will not even get through. You try to call, the phones are busy endlessly. You try online and then you'll be promised and nobody shows up. Now with the development of this digital management system, all that is now going to be history behind us.
This project could not have come at a better time than now. As the world moves into smart technologies and systems across the electricity value chain for efficiency and integrity of processes, which has necessitated the need for regulators to digitalize their activities to keep abreast with these changing trends.
The digitization initiative, to be rolled out in 18 months across the country, further underscores the need to improve the quality and effectiveness of energy regulation in order to address regulatory bottlenecks.
And then there are other things like accessing reports from utilities. You know, the regulator works on data information reports from utilities. Reports coming in, say, from UMEME, from UEDCL, from UETCL. All that is now going to be eased when we request for a report. And say UTCL submits a report, all responsible people are able to see that. In that way, there is nothing that I sent a report, you didn't receive, but I sent, but I didn't receive. All that's going to be history.
The $595,350 database management system, which was born out of the African Development Bank's Electricity Regulatory Index for Africa, where ERA emerged in the lead position, will be implemented in both Uganda and Tanzania. Charlotte Amuge and Juma Samba for UBC News.
Now, the Vice President Jessica Alupo has warned Butaleja parents against marrying off young girls in exchange for bride wealth. Alupo was represented by the third Deputy Prime Minister Hajat Lukia Isanga Nakadama at a belated Women's Day celebration held at Hasasia Secondary School playground. We have more in this story.
Alupo wants parents in the Butaleja district to prioritize educating the girl child than looking at them as a source of bride wealth. The message delivered by the third Deputy Prime Minister Hajat Lukia Isanga Nakadama at a belated Women's Day celebrations in Butaleja district stressed that parents should plan for the future of girl children.
Bwebatuuka mu by'okusoma bakobati omwana tuba mu kyakutaano oteyongerayo kasita mu kyakutaano gy'ofumbirwe abaana bali kuzaala nga bali mu P7 bali kufuna maboda bazaala kwabanga abaana ab'obuwala mu bayitayitayine ndikwenda kubasaba abazaala ku Butaleja abaana ab'obuwala bona abaana otiniimwe singa omugenyi omukulu gwe twayisala nga Vice President baba we tiyamuweerera tiyalika bali Vice President ng'ate mukyala.
Butaleja District Chairperson Higenyi Michael Bore attributed the increased cases of early marriages and teenage pregnancies to poverty.
Issues affecting Butaleja's women range from teenage pregnancies, early marriages, domestic violence, but all this comes about as a result of the poverty levels we have in our district. The Ulsambu Dam, if it is worked upon, parents will now be able to acquire resources that will help them to educate their girl child and the other children in the district to reduce on that vice.
The district woman member of parliament, Florence Andirunebanda, cited domestic violence as a hindrance to development.
We are still having challenges as women, as you can see. Our women have been victims of domestic violence. We need to put more emphasis on the services, make sure everybody has access to the national cake of Uganda.
Minister Nakadama also urged community members to use the opportunity of UPE and USE to educate their children.
The Uganda Human Rights Commission and Makerere University want government to pass the Food and Nutrition Bill 2009 for proper management of food insecurity in Uganda during the second national conference on the human right to adequate food in Uganda held at Makerere University. State Minister for Agriculture Bwino Fred Chakulaga admitted that the issue of food security is on government's agenda. We have more in this story.
The Uganda Human Rights Commission and Food Rights Alliance have convened the second national conference on food security on the theme entrenching the human right to adequate food in Uganda's food transformation agenda. The Minister for Agriculture, Winifred, says government has laid out strategies to end food insecurity, although he acknowledges that the existing gaps can be filled by involving all stakeholders.
We have taken a decision to prioritize seed and stocking material.
The Commissioner, Uganda Human Rights Commission, Crispin Kaheru, stresses the need to have a legislative agenda that will act as a basis for food security.
We are advocating for the passage of the Food and Nutrition Bill that was proposed way back in 2009. It's still on the shelves.
Food and Agriculture Organization representative advised government to address what causes Uganda's food insecurity.
The reason we're here today is to look at one approach to addressing these longer-term structural solutions, which is a rights-based approach, which the minister was very clear when he opened. He said anybody going hungry should be a violation of the law.
Macquarie University lecturer Professor Makoko Byaruhanga advised government to revive Uganda's food reserves for proper preparation for unforeseen food crisis.
We used to have food reserves. Out of some kind of funny advice, these food reserves were sold off. Now we don't have them. And yet, we realize that they were very, very important.
The government is urged to focus much on patriotism clubs than making learners get distinctions and first-class degrees in learning institutions if corruption is to be dealt with in the country. According to the Deputy Commissioner in charge of patriotism in the office of the President, Mubarak Magomo, Ugandans with high-class papers are the most corrupt simply because they missed out on patriotism education.
Patriotism clubs are believed to be the only way to fight corruption in the country.
We have got institutions in place to address issues of corruption. Talk about Public Accounts Committee, talk about IGG, talk about anti-corruption, even in the office of the President. But the device seems to be continuing. So the only sustainable strategy for us, as those institutions are playing their role, we want to create a sustainable strategy of training younger people to know that that's a vice, that when tomorrow they're in those positions, they will be able to desist.
When we take through our students and the youth through the patriotism lectures, they will not admire ill-begotten wealth, and more so, they will appreciate hard work. They will love themselves, they will love their country, and they will know that it is better to do things for a common good than for self.
At the pass out of over 5,000 patriots from 13 secondary schools within Tororo, the Deputy Commissioner in charge of patriotism in the office of the President, Mubarak Magomo, says lamenting won't be the solution.
We cannot just continue lamenting somebody is corrupt, should stop corruption, but we must train them to be people of responsible people. That when you look at corruption, when you're in public office, you should have personal guilt. That I am serving Ugandans and therefore let's be patriotic. And you can only achieve this through patriotism education.
Meanwhile, a section of leaders believe corruption is caused by leaders who missed the patriotism training.
Our ages did not go through the system. That's why you see that the corrupt are majorly these people of our generation. But now these people who were oriented are focused. They are conscious because they were given facts that this program here is a program that is meant to put our country at another level.
Mama Kevina here, you can see the senior ones there.
Now, over 200 Uganda Civil Aviation Authority officers have completed a 2-week capacity building training to transform leaders and improve on-service delivery. This also aims at transforming their minds to understand the interest of the country and how to contribute to the social and economic development of the country.
This is the second cohort of 63 Uganda civil aviation officers that have received certificates of recognition upon the completion of 1 week's capacity building training at National Leadership Institute in Chankwanzi. Brigadier General Kisembo, on behalf of NALI, highlighted a number of modules covered during the course of training and how participants are to benefit.
And part of the modules covered included the following: understanding politics, leadership and ideology, thinking as a tool of understanding, patriotism, ideology and the laws of socio-economic transformation, historical materialism, unlocking geography of Uganda.
Director Human Resource and Administration Shaba Ahmed at UCAA lauded the team for the commitment towards the transformation of the institution.
Every time you are serving a client with what you have gained from here, that you are serving your country. When you go back, when you see human trafficking, you will think about your country. When you see drug trafficking, you'll think about your country. And therefore, you'll be vigilant, extra vigilant. When you see that tourist coming in,
participants were cautioned about corruption tendencies and also time management.
So in one way or the other, the implementation of these trainings that we are having, leadership trainings, we are trying to transform ourselves to be better at all values, not only in the area of integrity, but even customer service, because if you serve better, then you get better. Then when you have integrity, of course,
all participants obtained certificates of attendance and renewed synergies, changed mindset, fired up for action. This capacity training has come in a time as UCAA is set to host the Non-Allied Movement Summit and the G77 plus China in development to discuss about regional transformation.
With freedom. Get MTN Freedom voice bundles that don't expire. Dial *100 *21 hash or my MTN app for more bundles. Together, we're unstoppable.
It's the encounters with our majestic gorillas. The thrill of taking on the falls of the Nile River. The joy of discovering new traditions and a lot more. Join us at the 2023 Pearl of Africa Tourism Expo from the 26th to the 29th of April at the Commonwealth Resort, Munyonyo. Rediscover our country's uniqueness and see what the tourism sector has in store for you. Visit www.poate.co.ug to secure your spot and get set to learn, network and explore. The Pearl of Africa Tourism Expo is brought to you by the Uganda Tourism Board in partnership with Competitiveness and Enterprise Development Projects. Explore Uganda, the Pearl of Africa.
This is a quick call. I'm almost out of minutes.
Why rush through such important conversations? Airtel Uganda has made it possible for you to call across all networks in Uganda at the best rates with the new Bona voice bundles. Stay connected anytime, anywhere, with minutes valid for calls on all networks. Dial *100 *1 hash. Select voice bundles and select Bona voice bundles today. Airtel, the smartphone network.
This isn't just a girl. She is the future. This is a teacher, a doctor, a community leader, our future president.
She is our family's pride, and as her father, I will protect her from child marriage and talk to her about the dangers of teenage pregnancy. We each have a role to play in empowering our teenage girls to protect them from child marriage and pregnancy, because when we empower them, we empower our nation. Protect the girl, save the nation.
Take action. Report any case of defilement or child marriage to the police or call Sawuti 116.
Do you need data collection services, data analysis and reporting, monitoring and evaluation systems? Then contact Mold Technologies, a professional research firm that has provided many organizations with timely research solutions for over 15 years. For more information, visit www.mt.co.ug or call us on 0704 913 399 or 0782 602 963. Visit our office in Kampala at Sayuni Complex in Tinda. Mood Technologies, your professional research firm.
The Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development, under the auspices of the East African Community, will host the 10th East African Petroleum Conference and Exhibition 2023 from the 9th to the 11th of May 2023 at the Kampala Serena Hotel in Uganda. Take full advantage of the investment opportunities in the East African region's vibrant oil and gas sector. To find out more on how to sponsor, exhibit, or attend the 10th EAPCE 23, visit www.eapce23.eac.int.
Are you tired of high fees and slow transfer time when sending money? Look no further. Airtel Money is here to revolutionize the way you move your money. We have revised our rates, and now sending money from Airtel to other networks in Uganda, East Africa, and to the rest of the world has never been more affordable. Plus, you can trust Airtel Money to get your money where it needs to go quickly and safely. Simply dial *185# and start sending money. Switch to Airtel Money today and experience unbeatable rates and top-notch services for all your local and international money transfer needs. Airtel Money. Instant, secure, borderless.
Welcome back from that break, and this is our second and final edition of News Tonight here on UBC TV this Tuesday, the 18th day of April 2023. Going on now, let's go to Jinja, where the Member of Parliament for Jinja City Division West, Dr. Timothy Batua, has pledged to deal with land grabbers in Jinja City. Dr. Batua was reacting to complaints by the Jinja Muslim community over alleged grabbing of 3 different Muslim land parcels. He was at Jinja Tama Grounds, Magwa for Futari for Jinja Muslims.
We've been enjoying iftar together with our Muslim Brotherhood, but the Member of Parliament representing our community and knowing very well that land is a very important matter amidst the people I represent, the Muslim community being one of those that have been affected by land wrangles. I'm coming out to stand with whoever is challenged with land matters, whoever is losing a piece of land.
Now, the head of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community in Uganda, Alhaji Muhammad Ali Kaire, has called for implementation of the Islamic principles. He was at an iftari dinner and a peace symposium in Kampala. Different capacities appreciated the Ahmadiyya community for promoting peace in the country. Take a watch.
mu kifo ky'okukozesa ensimbi ezo okubujjanjabi okusoma ku nkulaakulana sente bazigulamu byakulwanyisa ebyokulwanyisa ebyo ffenna byetusobola okukkaanya tebyongera okumalako abantu emirembe era nga kuba kwetegekera ntalo era ekivuddemu zentalo ezizo zibalukawo wakati w'amawanga nga n'ekibiina ky'amawanga amagatte ekyatandikibwawo kiyitibwa Security Council ekya United Nations. Tukimanyi bulungi nti mu nsi muno mulimu amawanga ag'enjawulo, mulimu amadiini ag'enjawulo ate era ne mbaamu n'amawanga ag'enjawulo. Ekimu ku bisinza okumalawo emirembe be bantu okubeera nti beefaako bokka ne banyooma era ne bakijjanya abo be balaba nga babasinga.
To Lira now, where security in Lira City have impounded at least 5 vehicles in connection with the rampant cattle theft in the region. Lawrence Egoli, the Lira City RCC, says they have discovered a racket of these cattle thieves who disguise as Karimojong raiders and steal from the locals. Here is our reporter, Eddie Olwa, with more.
With the dung still flowing from it, this Toyota Noah, now parked at Lira City West Police Station, was found with the 2 bulls inside. During a police crackdown last week, at least 3 cars have been impounded in connection with the cattle theft and other 2 linked to burglary.
How are we going to ensure that?
Lira City RCC says their intelligence has revealed a coordinated racket of thieves.
We've been working on this of late. When this rustling started, animal theft also intensified, mostly in the district surrounding Lira City. So we already have in our custody some of their ringleaders, much as some of them are already on the run, but we managed to arrest so far 3.
15 animals suspected to have been stolen from Otuke, Haleptong, Dokolo and its surrounding have been recovered.
We are therefore hunting for the following suspects: a Chip Simon Pule, a Book Geoffrey Owin, Ojol Jasper, Ayela Basil alias Odong, Okelo Belmos alias Ojeboy, and others. Meanwhile, already in our custody we have the following: Opeyo Stephen from Kwania District, Obura Moses Kwania, Okot Ambrose alias Koko from Dokolo, Odu Ronald from Kole, Okabo Daniel within Lira City, Odiek Moses Otuke, and Ochien Dennis from Oyam.
The districts that are affected should not only put focus on the Karimojong rustlers, but we should also put our intelligence on the ground to see who are these other ones. Because one of them have confessed to stealing up to 15 cows. 15, just one person.
Currently, the districts of Otuke and Aleptong are reportedly losing dozens of animals to Karamojong rustlers, and majority in the area have begun fleeing away with their animals for safety. A joint meeting comprising of all top leadership is expected to take place on Thursday to discuss the state of insecurity in the 2 districts. Eddie Olwa, UBC News.
Let's now take yet another short break and return with the latest in business.
Talk with freedom. Get MTN Freedom voice bundles that don't expire. Dial *100 *21# or my MTN app for more bundles. Together, we're unstoppable.
This isn't just a girl. She is the future. This is a teacher, a doctor, a community leader, our future president.
She is the hope of our community. And as a community leader, I will talk to others about how we must protect her against child marriage and teenage pregnancy because it affects us all. We each have a role to play in empowering our teenage girls to protect them from pregnancy. Because when we empower them, we empower our nation. Protect the girl, save the nation.
Take action. Report any case of defilement or child marriage to the police or call Sauti 116.
Glow as you are with the new Spark 10 series smartphone from Airtel in partnership with Tecno. Own the timelines with picture-perfect selfies using the 32-megapixel selfie camera, 256 GB storage, G88 gaming processor, and a strong battery to last the whole day. Towakana.
The Spark 10 smartphone comes with free 3 GB from Airtel and 100% bonus on weekly and monthly bundles every month for 3 months. So you can stay connected to a world of possibilities. Dial star 100 star 5 hash to enjoy free data. The new Spark 10 is available in all selected Techno shops countrywide. Airtel, the smartphone network in partnership with Techno. Stop at nothing.
Are you tired of high fees and slow transfer time when sending money? Look no further. Airtel Money is here to revolutionize the way you move your money. We have revised our rates, and now sending money from Airtel to other networks in Uganda, East Africa, and to the rest of the world has never been more affordable. Plus, you can trust Airtel Money to get your money where it needs to go quickly and safely. Simply dial star 185 hash and start sending money. Switch to Airtel Money today and experience unbeatable rates and top-notch services for all your local and international money transfer needs. Airtel Money, instant, secure, borderless.
This isn't just a girl. She is the future. This is a teacher, a doctor, a community leader, our future president.
Their support meant so much to me, and as a teenage girl, I stayed focused and was protected from child marriage and teenage pregnancy. I will support other girls against child marriage and teenage pregnancy.
Take action. Report any case of defilement or child marriage to the police or call Sauti 116.
Jerry con. Jerry con. Hey, Master Blaster. Touch him, man. Bang Jerry con with muscle. Those ones who say go for you only. Mundava. First school fees I teach you. When I'm going to the school, because of the cover is very far. Is you serious? It's serious you. What? Yeah? You stay put on it. Add kilometers to your legs. And you get your sugar. We buy meat from Umaru. And Umaru refuse to give you enough meat. Mama! Show him that they don't joke with you. Umaru, wait. Jerry,
okukakaluka n'okulungi kwetaagako omuntu akuyambako n'olwekyo tujja kukuteerawo embeera esaanidde osobole okukola ekisinga awamu teri kitulema.
Welcome back from that break, and this is UBC News Tonight with me, Rukidi Kijjanangoma. Let's talk business now. Absa Bank Uganda has released its financial report showing a stellar performance in 2022 and also forecasting robust economic performance in 2023. The solid performance was mainly driven by, among others, the growth in customer loans and deposits, coupled with increased transactional activities despite a tough operating environment. We have more in this story.
Absa Bank Uganda has posted a net profit of 31.7 billion shillings, which is an increase of 28.9% in the year 2022. According to management, lending grew by 19.8%, which is equivalent to 259 billion shillings. Deposits also grew by 34.8 billion shillings.
Unfortunately, overall, we were also faced with increased inflationary pressures as a result of the higher energy prices, which slowed down growth in real consumption, reduced purchasing power, and limited credit growth as a result of reduced credit demand for a larger part of 2022. However, despite feeling all these effects, as Absa Uganda, we were powered by a drive to bring possibilities to life. We remained steadfast in our commitment to support our customers, even through these tough times.
This stellar performance is attributed to sustained revenue growth driven by balance sheet growth, business recovery, and improved economic environment. Like most sectors of Uganda's economy, the financial sector was adversely affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. The severe impacts included deterioration of the wide trademark market, reduced credit demand, and deficit in the financial markets.
We did recover to pre-COVID levels because this is the second year in a row where we are delivering a triple-digit profitability.
I think a lot has been talked about, the assets. We did fund a lot of agriculture, a lot of trade, and for us that has been fundamental in a season like this one. And as a result, very good performance in that direction.
We're looking to identify and pursue more opportunities to impact even more customers and sectors of the economy, while deepening our engagement with existing customers to understand how best we can help them achieve their goals and ambitions, and then provide the support needed to nurture them to fruition.
In the current year, the bank projects a robust economic performance driven by oil and gas activities, declining inflation, appreciation of the shilling against the dollar, and the recovery of the agricultural sector. Dennis Igoa and Martha Chele for UBC Business.
Now, government has embarked on establishing business incubation centers for the youths in Bunyoro sub-region. The Minister for Public Service, Wilson Muruli Mukasa, who has just concluded a tour of Kikube district, says a number of government programs have been abused by beneficiaries, which has called for the development of business incubation centers.
The Minister for Public Service, Wilson Mukasa, has held several engagements with the youth in Kikube, Hoima City, Masindi and Kagadi districts. The engagements were geared at empowering the youth in the fight against poverty.
In Bunyoro, when we were doing the campaigns in Bunyoro, we were looking at reasons why, for instance, the young people were not so keen on the government candidates, especially in Hoima City. And one of the underlying reasons, actually, the major one I can say, was the state of poverty of the young people.
Hoima City resident City Commissioner Badru Mugabi and Amlan Tumsime, the district resident commissioner, say the youth have been fighting challenges of financial literacy.
Sell ideas, take them through financial literacy, such that when they get funding, when they get money, they appreciate how to grow this money, other than planning to squander the money.
But perhaps they lack that they lack the skills, they lack the training, but when they're coming with the Honorable Minister, and of course with officials from UBRA, you realize that a lot, they will achieve a lot.
Stakeholders in Bunyoro sub-region also emphasized on training the youth on long-time saving projects.
It's been a very big challenge to young people. They are not saving, they are not working, they are just being like that. But now we have a campaign with the Minister of Public Service to ensure that we are bringing this youth on board. People should start working with ambitions.
However, the youth attributed the stalled war against poverty eradication to poor communication strategy from those charged with the responsibility of guiding the youth.
Even deep in the villages, the youth could not get information. But now, we have now realized that it is our responsibility. It's our responsibility as youth leaders to start sending the message of any government program to the youth.
The Minister of State for Finance, Planning and Economic Development, Henry Musasizi, has said government is financing programs that boost national development. The minister was officiating the first inaugural Public Finance Management Annual Conference that was organized by the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Uganda in Entebbe.
I propose that the Public Finance Management Conference becomes an annual event on the Institute's calendar to provide a platform of dialogue for
the Minister of State for Finance, Planning and Economic Development, Henry Musasizi, has commended the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Uganda for always creating awareness on efficient and transparent management of public finances. Musasizi disclosed that government is prioritizing injecting more funds in institutions that have capacity to create wealth and to fast-track economic development with minimal borrowing.
We must aggressively mobilize domestic revenue by widening the tax base, by bringing efficiency in tax administration, and we are also considering terminating some of the tax exemptions, which we think are not bringing high impacts to the economy.
In his keynote address, the Deputy Secretary to the Treasury, Patrick Ochaliap, emphasized that enhancing of the use of ICT is strengthening accountability and the relevance of public sector audits is key to national development.
The government and all stakeholders at this conference should continuously think of ways of addressing the persistent PFM issues, a few of which I mentioned, such as value for money, underperformance of domestic revenue mobilization, the flouting of PFM regulations, among others, so as to achieve the potential maximum sustainable economic development backed up by robust PFM reform systems.
The President, Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Uganda, Constantino Otieno Mayende, said strengthening public finance management is key to sustainable use of public resources and national development.
We should continue to support public servants to build capacity through trainings, not only in finance and accounting areas, but also in ICT, so that public servants are able to apply the new technologies. It's a good thing that we are witnessing the increasing effectiveness of Parliament's oversight role, and at this conference we look forward to hearing from the members of Parliament, the ones who sit on accountability committees, regarding how this function can be better supported.
The Secretary, Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Uganda, Derek Nkajja, says their main role is promoting good financial management through supporting the capacity of accountancy and accountability in the public.
I encourage you as professional accountants to use this also as professional, continuing professional involvement. We are lacking in PFM, let's learn. Let's unlearn those that are no longer working.
Financial management experts at the conference are sharing experiences and re-empowering each other on how to tackle challenges affecting optimal utilization of public resources through innovative approaches and public financial management reforms. Sudat Kaye, UBC News.
Now, farmers need to maintain the indigenous species and focus on natural methods of farming to protect the health of soil. A researcher at Uganda Matters University in Kozi, Helen Naigaga, advised 200 agroecological farmers undergoing a 7-day training workshop at Rukidi Organic Agricultural Training Institute in Mityana Municipality.
Farmers need the knowledge to maintain indigenous species and focus on natural methods of farming like mulching to protect the soils. Crop rotation, use of organic fertilizers would maintain soils for the agriculture sector to remain active. A scientist and researcher from Uganda Matters University in Kozi, Helen Naigaga, made these remarks while addressing 200 agroecological trainers undergoing the 7 days agroecology training at Rukidi Organic Agriculture Training Institute in Mityana Municipality.
Advice on the type of crop. If it's a rotation, the farmer has to follow which particular plant family can go first, then which one goes, to ensure that the plants that are grown in the same area do not have the same nutrient requirements. As the season changes, if you plant the crop in the first season, it will take up some nutrients. So the next season, you don't need to plant a crop with the same nutrient requirements. You plant one with a different nutrient requirement, such that the nutrient lost in the first season regenerates in the second season. By the time you go to the third season of the cycle, the other nutrient has already been regained in the soil.
During the training, Alliance for Food Sovereignty Africa official Charles Rwangato Mohe encouraged farmers to practice organic farming and understand the agroecological practices.
You don't have to spray this crop. I mean, it grows even in the wild. No one takes care of it, but it gives you so many fruits, yeah, without any care. So our own local seeds are still strong. Though we are being driven by the narrative that our seeds are weak, our seeds don't mature quickly, our seeds don't give that much yield, our seeds are not related to climate change, that's not correct. Our local seeds are still strong.
The farmers undergoing this training will utilize the knowledge and skills in their localities and also train other local farmers. The director, Rashid Organic Agriculture Institute, Samuel Nyanzi, urged farmers to prioritize value addition.
Addition is very, very critical. So the government should try to encourage the farmers' establishment of cottage industries, whereby they can add value to their produce and keep them and sell them at the right time when the price is good. But also storage, proper storage facilities are very, very important for increasing the farmers' income.
Mary Namkose, Salongo Kasbante, UBC News.
Rubis Energy, one of the leading oil and gas companies in Uganda, has rebranded an additional 10 new service stations across Uganda. Rubis Energy Uganda country manager Olivier Gatera says they intend to further extend their affordable, high-quality products and services closer to customers across Uganda.
Announcing the new stations at Rubis Mengo in Kampala, Olivier Gatera, the country manager, Rubis Energy Uganda, says that the opening of the 10 additional rebranded service stations in Uganda underscores their commitment to meet the energy needs of their customers in the region. These stations, he added, are equipped with state-of-the-art technology to ensure that the customers receive the best possible services.
While we've rebranded 34 stations, we are still remaining with about 20 stations which are yet to be rebranded, but this will take us a few months to complete all the Kobil and the Delta stations.
To add value to the services that we provide to you. Down the road, we later on introduce the Rubis card. I believe a couple of people currently are using the card and enjoying the benefits of operating with the Rubis card.
Brian Agawa, retail manager of Rubis Energy Uganda, pledges commitment in regards to investing in new technologies and innovations that are sustainable and environmental friendly to enhance the well-being of the communities within which they operate.
Later on, we were also able to introduce premium fuels. Premium fuels, what do I mean? Those who haven't tested Ultratech petrol or diesel, you still have a lot to pick from Rubis Energy Uganda. So what it does basically, it's an additive that is added into the normal petrol and diesel. So this way, it has the capability of cleaning your engine. With a clean engine, you're able to, one, reduce the consumption of your vehicle because it will be operating at optimum capacity. There will be minimal emissions from the vehicles that we are driving on our roads. We are trying to protect the environment as well.
We have also managed to keep our prices within the acceptable range and providing also the quality products that we have. So we believe for sure the market, our prices are affordable and the market is happy about it based on the feedback that we keep getting from customers.
The general public was advised to take advantage of Rubis service stations, free car checkups, and to ensure that their automobiles are in good working conditions. Sandra Kahunde, Robert Katamba, UBC News.
Sports news now, and Uganda Cycling Association expects a splendid turn-up and quality competition at the Labor Day bicycle race that will be hosted at the Lubiri in Mengo. John Burns Sentamu reports.
Uganda's top bicycle riders are bracing for the upcoming Labor Day bicycle race that Uganda Cycling Association has confirmed for 1st May at the Lubiri in Mengo.
Deba juniors bajja kuvuga emirundi 10 okwetooloola Lubiri.
This race comes at a time when Uganda is preparing a team for the World Cycling Championship in Glasgow, Scotland.
I call upon and I request those people using the border this time,
no border in the race. And we have already contracted the police, traffic officer, even our organizing committee. We need the supporters, but we don't need the border in the race to disturb the race.
It's expected to be a huge turnout for the race that is likely to attract riders and fans from far and wide.
I take this opportunity to call people from the world, residents of Busika, residents of Norway, residents of Ramunanika, to come and be part of this rally, which is going to be held on Labour Day at Rukidi here in Kampala. Please come and register and also participate. But also we hope, given the love that we have for this game or this sport, we hope to have our own rally, which will be organized within our region. We will.
Cycling has been an oldest sport in the country, and we want to make sure we continue promoting it like any other country. So coming there, it will be fun and it will be a chance to explore more opportunity to involve the cycling sport.
Some of the riders expected to grace the event include Davis Nyoita, Florence Nakagwa, Mary Alepa, Umaru Bakashaba, Aziz Sempija, Veronica Ndagire, and Rachel Mukoda. John Burns, Sentamo, UBC News.
Three minutes after 11 in the studios of UBC TV, we finally come to the end of this bulletin. Thank you so much for having kept us company. My name is Rukidi Kijjanangoma, wishing you a blessed night.